beings from Adam alayhi salam? That's the next question. Is there the possibility that you can have a human being who is not from Adam alayhi salam? That's the question. Kullukum min Adam wa Adamu min teen. You are all from Adam, and Adam is from dust. So I choose to get out of this difficulty by suggesting as a solution that whoever or whatever that creation is that we call Dajjal is going to appear in the form of a human being. That's what is important for us. Is it possible for an angel to appear as a human being, apart of course from your wife? Is it possible for an angel to appear as a human being? Yes. Which one? Jibreel alayhi salam. Is it possible for a jinn to appear as a human being? Got lots of them in Washington, yeah. Huh? Iblis came as a human being. Huh? So yes, since an angel can appear as a human being, since the jinn can appear in human form, okay, Murabbib, what is it? A breed that is both human and jinn. A hadith about that. Would not know that. Murabbib. There's a strange hadith. Very, very few people have encountered this hadith about the product of a human and jinn coming together. Anyhow, that's too difficult. So possibly the answer is that whatever Allah created as Dajjal, has to be a different creation altogether, because an evil creation. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ. And that this evil creation is released on the island of Britain, but is not as yet in our world of space and time, our biological world. It is in the Samawat. And that this evil being will eventually emerge, be born of Jewish parents, not any Jewish parents. He has to have lineage with Dawood alayhi salam. Otherwise the Jews are not going to accept him. So he has to be born as a child from parents who trace their ancestry, the royal blood of Dawood alayhi salam. And he grows up as a Jew. Otherwise they won't accept him as the Messiah. So Dajjal appears in human form. That is the best of my thought on the subject. Yeah.
Shukran. So we'll start the next round. Any questions from the floor? There was one, you were first. So I'll go there and then, okay. Tafaddal.
Murakkab, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
It's done? Yeah, Sean?
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh. I have a few questions. One of the questions.
Only two.
I'll try to. The question is open to both sheikhs, inshallah. There's a beautiful hadith Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam described that the Khilafah will return, and it's something that we are waiting for. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam emphasized about that. He says that لا تزال طائفة من أمتي ظاهرين على الحق لا يضرهم من خذلهم ولا من خالفهم. And here the question comes is, we have seen a group who call themselves الدولة الإسلامية في العراق والشام, and they are fighting in Iraq and Syria and all this area, and we have come to realize the entire world is against them. You have seen even the Arab rulers, all of them, they are sending their intelligence, their weapon for the destruction of this group. Can we say that these people, they are on al-haq, because there was another hadith that says, Al-haqqu ma shahadahu al-adu, which is the truth is what the enemy of Allah witness. And that's the first question. The second question is, with regard is the Dajjal, and the Sheikh says about the Dajjal maybe exists, but there was a description Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he has given to this ummah, which the other prophet they haven't, which is, he said, I will tell you something about Dajjal, and he has one eye, which is the right eye or the left eye, I'm not quite sure. And we have seen the dollar sign and all these kind of things. I just want a clarification, because the Prophet ﷺ said he will come with 70,000 Jewish army in Khurasan. So now my question is, there are so many Jewish in Iran than any part of the world. Are we saying these people are the Dajjal will appear in Iran and Khurasan?
Where's it?
Maulana, if the story about the island and the encounter with Dajjal, could you expand on the sources of that? And the second question I have is with regard to Khidr or Khizr and the story of the Ruh. Many commentators say the Ruh is a reference to Jibreel alayhi salam. But if you read the Quran, or my interpretation as I've read it is, the Ruh is something separate from a creation of the angels. So if you could just expand on that, please.
Before you. I just want to, there's a question that related to the first one. I missed it, sorry. It was a written one. And it's related to the first one on Syria and Iraq. What is the opinion on Hezbollah and the Syrian government in the jihad waged currently in Akhir Zaman, looking at their position towards the Palestinians, and also the good relation between Russia? I think that's a separate question. I'll take one last question before we go to the next round. I can only take a few, 3 for the round. Unfortunately, that person was before you.
Shukran, Brother Fakhri. This will be my last question. Sheikh, I just want you to give us your opinion on madrasas or madaris here in this country. Are we with our madaris or madrasas on the right path in teaching our children the way we are currently doing? They are doing a very good job in teaching us our Arkan Islam, our Arkan Iman, how we must make salah, how we must perform hajj, how we must fast and all that. But I feel there's a great part lacking in our madaris that we should teach our children, and I believe that one must bend the tree while it's young. A subject like this, like we have dealt with over the past 3 days here, is so important, and we are not getting this information at a very young age. We are all here in this room, we are all adults, and we are exposed to this information at this late stage. And I believe this should be done at a very, very early stage while we are still young. Is there a need for our madaris in this country to be transformed, or are we on the right path?
Okay, shukran. So Maulana Imran and Sheikh Ali Mustafa, you can proceed with answering those questions.
Okay, last question.
You want me to repeat?
Anyway, I'll take the last question. Okay. Can I understand? Sorry, okay. The last question, I want to say a few things on that. Concerning the madrasas in this country, I would say not only in this country, but in wherever Muslims are having madaris. I don't know how well the madrasas are doing, and I don't know, but I don't think all of them are on the same level. You got madrasas for small ones learning just to read Quran, but you've got madrasas for bigger boys, you think, who are studying fiqh and everything relating to Muslim life, Quran, Qira'at, and all. They read hadith and so on. Of course, you got the higher stage where they try to become maybe small alim and things like that. I think I'm saying correct. Okay. The problem what I see in the madaris is those who are running the madaris, the madrasas. Let me use English plural for those who don't know Arabic. The madrasas, the Islamic religious schools. First of all, the concept of integration is not there. Some have thought about it, integration and knowledge, whereby we don't have a distinction or a difference between religious knowledge and secular knowledge, but we treat knowledge on the basis of Tawheed as one. That is one thing which is not there, and most of the madrasas I know of, they are generally just religious schools, okay, Islamic religious schools. You have also Hifz schools also, where the students just only do Hifz and that's it, and then for those years they don't attend the school. Some students who attend madrasas, some if want to leave from the school and only do that. But for us, the Muslim community anywhere and even here, they could have madrasas whereby they do integrated teaching, but for that to happen, we need to do our own thing. We cannot have the madrasa sponsored by the government and then want to have it our way, because then if they sponsor it, they will bring their rules. Okay, they have to teach according to what they want. That's the thing. Another problem is also a concept of knowledge, of education also, that you need to have the heads of the madrasa to understand these. If we think that the secular school is good for the student to go to, that they can get a certificate to get a job, and this one they have to do it in order to preserve their iman. You see, that's the way we look at it. Then you don't get an integrated Muslim. So this subject of Akhir Zaman and so on is just some subjects which necessarily should have it. But unless the heads of the madrasas have got this idea that it is necessary, it will not be done. You see, there's a lot of work to be done in madaris all around the world. One of these very sore points is the students who are studying to read Quran. I have seen it and it is paining me very much. And if you know